Hello, in this demonstration I will show you a method of making gesso ground which is suitable for priming a painting canvas or a wooden panel. So the main ingredients are whiting. Whiting is calcium carbonate or chalk. And I purchase it and you get it in these nice bags, and I put it in a plastic container. I've dispensed it out of the paper bag into this bucket just for the demonstration. The granules, the mix for the granules to make this rabbit skin glue jelly is 1 scoop of granules and then 8 scoops of water. That means it's 8 to 1. Now I've done a video on mixing, how to mix or how to prepare rabbit skin glue on the channel, so if you'd like to look at that, it will give you some good tips on making rabbit skin glue. Now I'll just bring this into picture, so that's one side. Now the jelly takes about 6 to 8 hours, so when I left the studio last night I did 8 to 1, that's 1 of granules and 8 of water, and it turns into this nice jelly. So I would then put a small amount into this hot plate. Now it takes just a few minutes to turn into liquid, and I've done these already for the demonstration. Now this is just a catering hot plate and it's just warm water. I can put my hand in that. You do not need to put hot water or direct heat onto rabbit skin glue. Effectively, if you do that, you're just cooking it. So it's just warming it through. That's the key to this. And then it keeps its full strength. So what are the ratios? Now the recipe is 25% whiting, 25% rabbit skin glue, 50% water. But when you start mixing it, the ratio becomes 1 to 1. So we're now going to get my scoop, and I know that this is the amount I need, so I'm going to have a level scoop as best I can of whiting. Put it in there, and I can now move that out of the way. Move that, juggle this around. So now I need the same amount of liquid without spilling it. So that's right up to the level. So that was 1 level of this scoop, this catering scoop, of the powder, the whiting, and 1 scoop of the rabbit skin glue. Now I'm just going to juggle this around. I'm going to pour the liquid, the measure I've just had, and I know that this is the correct amount. Put that back into the picture. So I'm just going to now sprinkle the powder into the rabbit skin glue. Now it is possible, if you want, to sieve this through a strainer or a really good mesh sieve, a fine sieve, to take out any lumps that is in the powder, but this is such good quality. It literally, as you can see, there's not much in the way of lumps. So we'll just do the last bit. Now I've kept it in the warm water, and it keeps the liquid active. If it starts to really clag up, just put it straight back into the water and just stir it again, and it becomes a kind of single cream. So it's nearly there. And the last bit. Put that to one side. Now I don't really sieve this. I don't sieve this necessarily, but try not to get too many air bubbles in it. And this is not too lumpy. It's a really nice mix. Okay, right, so now we've got the mix. I'm going to show you putting it onto the canvas. Now I've got my demonstration canvas here. I'll just move that out of the picture a little bit. Now my demonstration canvas, I've given this 2 coats of size, and as you can hear, it goes off like a drum. Now I have done a video on sizing a canvas as well, so if you wanted to look at that in more greater detail, right, now I've just got an ordinary paintbrush. To clean the equipment, just used warm water. Alright, so give it a go. Now I'm going to put it back in the picture, out of the shadow. I'm just going to go in the same direction, so horizontal. And it may need a second coat, and on the second coat I would go that way, so it's horizontal, vertical, and it will take, let's put that in there, it'll take about 2 or 3 hours to dry. My studio is not exactly the driest of places. If we were in a warmer climate, it would take about an hour to dry. So you would then cover the whole of the canvas. Now I did this some time ago, and I'll just put that to one side. As you can see, I folded it and I stored it, and I did it a long time ago. And the biggest complaint about gesso onto canvas is that it cracks. Well, and it goes dusty and it comes off. Now it doesn't come off, and it hasn't cracked. This is rabbit skin glue with a pigment distemper, and it's been on there some time, and it's still kept the vibrancy of colour, and it hasn't gone dusty and it hasn't come off or cracked. In fact, you can just pick it up with the camera. The gesso has gone all the way through the canvas, so it really soaks in. Now, it's been quite popular to use a plywood. This isn't very good quality plywood, so if I was painting on plywood, I would get a really good quality plywood. I've balanced this by putting a size on it, both sides. So I've sized it both sides, and probably need about 2 coats to do it. And then I coated it with gesso. so to make a ground. And the best thing about this, you get a really flat surface. So if you wanted to, you could, between coats, just use a bit of very fine decorator's paper, or this is called wet and dry, this is 1000 paper, and just rub it down between coats, and you can build up a really smooth and flat level area for painting on. And then it would take oil paint or other materials like spraying if you so wished. Well, if you were doing this, you could also use a Stanley knife, but it does create quite a lot of dust. So using dusty materials, I do recommend wearing a dust mask. So that brings us to the end of the video. I do hope there's some takeaways for you, and thank you so much for watching.